In this video, we'll look at adding fractions and mixed numbers. Adding fractions requires that all fractions being added have the same denominator. Trying to add unlike fractions is like trying to add unlike objects or measures. To add fractions, if the denominators are not the same, find the least common denominator. Then change each fraction not already expressed in terms of the common denominator to an equivalent fraction with the common denominator. Third, add the numerators only. The common denominator is the denominator of the sum. Finally, reduce the sum to lowest terms and change improper fractions to whole numbers or mixed numbers. I say that changing fractions to whole numbers is required and mixed numbers is optional. However, in the context of some problems, you will need to have mixed numbers. Generally, if you're dealing with a word problem, use mixed numbers, especially if mixed numbers are already used. Here are a couple of examples. First, we want to find the sum of 1/8 and 3/8. Well, these have the same denominator, so we just add the numerators. We get 4/8. Then we need to simplify this to put it into the lowest terms. Well, the lowest common, the greatest common factor of 4 and 8 is 4. So we can divide each, the numerator and the divisor by 4, denominator by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. This is 1/2. In the second problem, we've got 5/32 plus 3/16 plus 7/8. Well, these are clearly not in, these don't have a common denominator. However, it's not hard to find a common denominator here because 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So the greatest common, or the least common denominator is going to be 32. To get 32, we'll take our 5/32, we'll leave that as it is. Our 3/16, we'll multiply the numerator and denominator by 2 each and get 6/32. And for our 7/8, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 4 each and get 7 times 4 is 28, and 8 times 4 is 32. So this becomes 5/32 plus 6/32 plus 28/32. Adding our numerators together, we have 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 28 is 39. And then we want to reduce this to lowest terms. Well, that is lowest terms. So in general, this is a fine answer as far as I'm concerned. However, we might want to change it into a mixed number. And to do that, we're just going to take 1 away from all of this. So we'll subtract 32 from the numerator, turn 32 over 32 into 1, and then 39 minus 32 is 37. Is 7, just 37 over 32. That's 1 and 7/32. For our second example, a plumber uses a 9/10 inch diameter copper pipe wrapped with 5/8 inch insulation. What size hole must be bored in the stud to install the insulated pipe? To find the total diameter of the pipe and insulation, add 9/16 plus 5/8 plus 5/8. The thickness of the insulation is added twice because it counts in the total diameter of the pipe and insulation 2 times. Well, the greatest common denominator, or the least common denominator that we can use is 16, because that's 8 times 2. So our 9/16 will stay the same, and our 10/8 will just double the numerator and double the denominator for 10/16 and 10/16. Add those together, we get 29/16. And then, because this is a word problem, we're going to want this in mixed number form. So we can subtract 16 from the numerator and get 1, and 29 minus 16 is 13/16. Finally, we're going to talk about adding mixed numbers. First, we add the whole number part, then add the fractional parts and reduce to lowest terms. We change improper fractions to whole or mixed numbers and add the whole number parts again. So here we have 5 2/3 plus 7 3/8 plus 4 1/2. So we can add the whole number parts first. That's 5 plus 7 plus 4. And then we'll have our fractions, 2/3 plus 3/8 plus 1/2. Well, 5 plus 7 is 12 plus 4 is 16, plus our fraction parts, 2/3 plus 3/8 plus 1/2. Now we need to put these into, we need to find the least common denominator here. Well, the least common denominator is going to be 24, because 3 and 8 share no factors. So we'll have to multiply those together to get to the least common denominator. So this is 16 plus 2/3 times 8/8 plus 3/8 times 3/3 plus 1/2 times, well, 24 divided by 2 is 12, so we'll do this as 12/12. It gives us 16 plus 16/24 plus 9/24 plus 12/24. Add those fraction parts together. 16 plus 16 and 9 is 25, and 12 is 37. We want this as a mixed number, because that's the whole problem we're doing. So we're going to have to change this 37/24 into a mixed number. And that's going to be 1 and 13/24. So that's 17 and 13/24 for our final answer.